Am I on mute? Oh my god. Am I saying anything? Okay. Oh my god. Is my mic inside? Oh man. Hello. There we go. Okay. Wait a minute. Where's my audio? Okay. Okay. Is that better? Okay. 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 Better. 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 Okay. Something's wrong with my audio on this. Okay. Okay. There we go. Okay. 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 There we go. I don't know why it took so long for my audio to get in sync. I don't know. But yeah, spoilers. Yoda and Darth Plagueis. And I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. The Yoda pick is very recent, so um the- I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just there's just it was just one hell of an episode. Oh my god. Oh my god. What hell of an episode. What's my review? Episode 8. Episode 8, the season finale. Because this is the season finale. This is the season finale in Acolyte. Because it's clearly setting up the next season. Next season. If you can hear me. So I gotta get a better pick, man. I'm sorry. It's just that I haven't found a good thumbnail, so I just went with a random thumbnail. But this is clearly setting up another season. Holy shit! You know what's a weird thing? You know what's a weird thing about the review at the end with Yoda? I was thinking about the whole episode. I mean, what if he did? What if Yoda ends up being in this? What if they end up showing Yoda in this? I was thinking about it the whole time. I'm like, Yoda makes sense. This is only what a few years before the couple hundred years before the Phantom Menace. Yoda is very old. It's older, so and wow, wow. Okay, wow, wow. This was a good season finale. Finale, guys. Season finale. Yeah. All right. Yeah, yeah. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Um, but it was just a great episode. Season finale. Uh, so let's get into this. Yeah. Two spoilers. I assume this is Darth Plagueis. Will be Darth Plagueis. Will be Darth Plagueis. Okay. I assume this is Darth Plagueis. I don't know. Okay, but Osha definitely is turning Sith, learning the dark side of the Force. That's obvious from this episode if you watch. She's gonna be trained by Chimere, right? She's turning Sith. That's 100% happening. It looks like Venestra is confirmed to be the the master of Crimea at one point, who went rogue, went Sith, and it looks like for sure, Yoda, come on, blind, when you're done, come on, all right? When blinded, when my friend blinded comes on, it seems like Yoda trained Venestra. It looks like Yoda trained Venestra because she called him master, master. Hey, don't worry, man. Don't worry. Right? Now you got chat in the comments if you want. But wow. And all the this show this show is inconsistent as hell, right? But they really it's like they show us good episodes and then really bad episodes, and no consistency. But they really nailed the finale of this season because okay, they really nailed the finale, and so yeah, he dies. That's the complete Osha's dark turn to the dark side to the Sith. That completely that's the after hearing Soul basically confessed to May and Crimea about the truth that happened on Braddock with the Mother Rich and what happened, that whole massacre, I guess I would call it, and also the truth that he revealed to May that that revealed to May that they they're not twins. They're not twins. They were created by the Virgin. They're not twins. Life by the Force. Okay, they're created by the Force, so they're not twins. They're kind of like the same, right? It's like I guess, and you see Soul try to justify his reason for taking May, and it was selfish reasons. It was clearly selfish reasons. It was clearly selfish reasons. Okay, but I don't think he was. I don't think he was. I think he just wanted a pad one, and I really think. I think what happened was I think he got too close. May obviously the previous episode. I think the problem was he wanted to try to treat May more like a pad one, more like a daughter. The one, not May, Osha like a daughter, more than a pad one. Yeah, she should be wise to teach him stuff like that, but I felt like he wanted a daughter more than a pad one. Okay, and I gotta say, I'm gonna have a friend come on a little bit later. He's actually watching the episode right now, and I'm sorry for that burp. I'm gonna be sorry for that burp. I apologize in advance. I'm just drinking something. Make sure to subscribe, please. And subscribe or like, smash the like button down below. All right? Please. Okay? Really would appreciate it. Okay? But let's continue on. I really I really like the action scene between Crimea and Soul in when they're fighting in Brandok, where the witches used to live. I like the fighting scene in this small. I like how they use their fighting with lightsabers, all scenes in the lightsabers with, and it was a small quarter where it's in the hallway, so it looked really cool because they didn't have a lot of space, so they had creative, and I really like that slow motion scene where Soul jumps out and you think back first, like this, and then Kramer jumps. I like that slow motion scene. Um, I do like that. I like seeing the senator David Harwood's character get involved. Okay, I like that, and he's clearly not fond of the Jedi. He doesn't. He has no trust in them, and he believes the Senate should not ally with them. He doesn't trust them. He thinks they're like a front for religion, all this stuff that the force is a religion, all this stuff is brainwash and all that. It does brainwash. I can see his point. Some people have that point with them. Okay, okay. Season finale. Yeah, I could definitely see his point. He was rumored to be in this episode for what? I don't know. He was rumored to be in a show. I don't know what role he was. Capacity. I like that. You can always chat, guys. Chat if you want. Let me see if I can get a Yoda pick for you guys. It's just we don't see Yoda from the front; we see him from the back. Yoda. So this is spoilers, guys. Spoilers. So let you know, it says in my title, it's spoilers. All right, here we go. Here's a good pick. I found a good pick for you guys. Let me download it and now let me upload it to my Crestons. Not my Crestons, my overlay. Crestons. What the hell am I talking about? I'm so stupid. I'm sorry. Here's Yoda. Yoda way here. Okay. Yeah. I guess that's Finestra's. I guess Yoda's the one that trained Finestra. I guess Finestra was his Padawan. His Padawan. I guess that's the case here. Yeah, I guess that's the case. Make sure to chat, guys. Chat right here, man. You can say something. There's no X. And yeah, I have a friend. Like I said, I think I have a friend coming on soon. He doesn't care about spoilers, so I kind of spoiled it from Reddit. He doesn't really care. Uh, I'm gonna get this picture out of the way. let you. I'll keep them. Keep them if you want me to pull them up again. I'll definitely keep the picture there. That's Darth Plagueis. All right. Let's see. No. All right. All right. So I'm just bringing a headset in. I do have it. You know what? I am getting another person on. Two, besides two people coming on at least. At least. We talk about this episode. All right, we're gonna talk about this finale more. Because this is a tremendous episode. No, if you think about it, it's a solid plot because she felt betrayed by the Jedi, Osha by Soul, and that kind of leads you to the dark side, right? It leads you to the dark side. And there's more to this black and white with Sith and Jedi, right? Like, nope, it didn't. Because think about it. Think about it. Well, because this takes place 100 years before Phantom Menace. So of course Yoda would be alive, right? Yoda would be alive, right? At the end, Yoda would be alive, right? Now, the question is this Darth Plagueis? Because he could fit the timeline too. He can fit the timeline too, right? Darth Plagueis, because we know about Darth Plagueis is not much we know about Darth Plagueis. If you try to find any information on him, all we know is what we got from the last Sith when Palpatine, Darth Sidious, explained to Anakin about the Sith's former master Plagueis and how he killed him in his sleep. So Darth Plagueis, his timeline could fit too. It's Darth Plagueis. Now the assumption is Darth Plagueis is not human. The assumption is Darth Plagueis was never human. That's only like one of the basic. Besides what we got from Palpatine, basic bit of information that Darth Plagueis might not be human. And now it looks like since Saul is dead, it looks like Finestra is gonna take, I guess, the lead, and hunt down her former Padawan in Osha, right? And Darth Plagueis might be just waiting in the shadows, because you know the rule, the Sith rule is only could be two, and right now there's Premier and Osha. Maybe he's just waiting in the rings where we slowly see Darth Plagueis in the second season. Because I can tell you one thing: we're getting a second season. This is yeah. See, it wasn't breaking canon about the Sith at all. The thing is, we didn't know much about the Sith. And the live action stuff, we really didn't know much about the Sith. They didn't even give us a lot of information about the Sith in live action. The Sith was mostly from like video games, novels, stuff like that. Live action stuff, they did not give us a Sith. They give us like very small information about the Sith that is just around. But there's a lot more. There's a lot more stuff. A lot more. I want to say evidence, but a lot of other things that explain the Sith more. There's live action stuff. The movies, the TV shows didn't explain the Sith all that much, right? So this show gave us more information about the Sith, and the Sith are not. Yeah, they're opposite the Jedi's, right? They have opposite beliefs of the Jedi, but we still want to know more about the Sith. But you're like, how they become a Sith, what they believe in. Okay. Oh, I think we are getting a season 2. This definitely set up a season 2. I think we are getting a season 2. That's because they already wrote stuff. Well, it hasn't been confirmed, but they already wrote stuff for future seasons, 2 and 3. Well, they're starting writing stuff for season 3, but they will stuff for season 2. So I think this is going to be a season 2 because this definitely left on a cliffhanger. And I hope to see Yoda in action, man. Kick some ass. Have him kick some ass. Him versus Crimea. Oh, he'll destroy Crimea. Oh my god. He'll kill Crimea, man. Yoda has to be the most well-trained Jedi there at the council and stuff. The temp where the Jedis are. He'll kill Crimea in a second. There'd be no chance. Innis. Oh, wow, good. Somebody throws the highest pitch in baseball. Good for them. Now, let me find a better pick. You know what? Should I edit the thumbnail and get more people to trigger some people? Be right back. I'll be right back. I'm still here, guys. I'm still here. I'm just going to edit the thumbnail. Because that's not a good thumbnail. That's clearly not a good thumbnail. Let's see. What can I use? What should I use? Yoda? Should I use the Yoda pick? Yeah, let's use the Yoda. Yoda will get some people. Yeah, I'll get Yoda. I don't care. I said it's the spoilers, and it's in the title. It's not my fault. I did what I said I was going to do. So if people are triggered by me showing the Yoda pick in the thumbnail, well, read the title. But I want to thank people coming in. If you're new here, please subscribe. I just don't do Star Wars. I do other stuff. You know, I like talk movies, video games, TV shows. I like to do all that. Okay. Like to let you know, I'll probably be doing this for the Penguin show. If you like Batman, DC comics, I'm probably doing it again. This stuff like this for the Penguin show. Maybe for Agatha from Marvel, maybe. It's a maybe, but I'll definitely do it for the Penguin show because stuff like this, because I am a huge Batman fan, mega Batman fan. So, yeah, it just makes sense, right? And thank you for subbing. I know somebody subbed. I appreciate it. Thank you for the like. I really do appreciate it. Right? Yeah. So finally, we got a long episode. I mean, the finale had to be long, right? The finale had to be long. After the past 2 episodes. Now, what time did I say this? What time is it now? 10:11. What time did he say this? Okay, 9:53. So that's 20 minutes ago. Okay, he'll be on. Well, I like how they went to Brandok. I think that was perfect. Perfect finale episodes. Go back to the place, the scene of the crime, where the Jedi massacred the queen, the witches, destroyed. Also, May's family killed. Where Saw murdered the mother. It's weird how we're seeing the how we're seeing Renestra is going to use May because remember, Crimea decided the memory right May, right? Kimi or Prime or whatever. Memorize my way, May. Sorry, I said way. I'm like, what? This is the sequel movies. I'm kidding. Okay, you see that he memorizes her, and you see Vanessa kind of taking advantage of that when they bring her to Coruscant and they have that one on one, right? One on one. Do you remember? Do you remember? What do you remember? And she's gonna use that, right? She's gonna use May. She's definitely gonna use May. She used May to help go after the real perpetrators, especially her former Padawan that turned dark side, because that's what they do. That's what they do. um, but they kind of, oh yeah, Degrassi, 100%, buddy. Yeah, after this episode, yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. Like, yeah. And we see that she kind of put what happened on Brandok. She kind of told to the Senate what happened there, but she kind of put it all on Soul, covering up something. I guess she didn't want to say, "Oh yeah, this." I guess better have Soul take the fall, blame it on Soul, despite her not wanting to, but she had to. I guess it's because not protecting the Senate. I guess in a way she's protecting the Senate from the Sith by saying it's not because she's saying, "Oh, the Sith are back." I guess telling the Sith are back is actually dangerous. I guess she's trying to say, "Yeah, we'll have Saul take the fall here because it's better if we have Saul take the fall than saying the Sith are back." And oh yeah, we got somebody here. Blind did. You found
Yeah, I finished the episode. Give me a second. Hold on.
I'm sorry I spoiled it for
One.
you.
Well, I mean, I didn't know what you were saying was real or
Oh
not. Well, I mean, you told me two things, but yeah. Um,
no, I'll show you the pictures.
I mean, yeah, Degrassi was right. I also was right about that they swap sides. That was pretty obvious. But
I don't think May technically
yeah.
swapped sides. Like she just lost her memory.
Uh,
Oldshot definitely
yeah,
swapped sides.
but she was definitely swap sides. I mean, she was like, I don't want to kill him. I want him to pay for his crimes. So,
But but then she's like, "I don't want to leave you, but we have to." I mean, like,
and then she got mind wiped. So,
yeah,
yeah. Uh, I don't know. Like the fight scene was okay. It was pretty cool, I guess. Is he dead? Is Soul dead? I don't
yes,
know.
Soul's dead.
He is dead.
Remember,
Okay, that
remember
was
at the ending they showed when
yeah.
Vanessa
I
burning
was
fire,
yeah
fire.
burning his
Yeah,
body.
yeah.
Okay,
I'm just sorry.
I
I
wasn't
say this.
expecting that,
Shouldn't
but
Soul be
okay.
able to be? Shouldn't Soul like? Shouldn't Soul be able to counter Osha's choke force? Shouldn't she be strong? Isn't he stronger with the force?
I don't know. I don't know. That
Yeah, that's the thing
so
though.
I
Like,
gotta be honest. Not a very good episode. I gotta be honest. All the stuff that we pretty much predicted. That's what happened, and then uh who was the creature in the cave?
people are saying
I'm
it's Plagueis.
guessing. Of course, it's fucking. This. Oh my god.
Well, okay, I'll say this.
I mean, the thing is, like, would I want a season two after? Yeah, I mean, it kind of looks like him from the pictures I've seen, but can
Yeah,
barely see
we
him.
know all we know about Plagueis is very limited, but we know for one thing he's not human.
Yeah. I mean, but why is he in the cave and watching him? And
I guess he's thing is,
it's like they got to put like two freaking hooks. They're like, we're gonna do a second season and come watch it because it's got your favorite characters. It's like, oh boy,
But
more Star Wars gulp shitio
the
bullshit.
thing is, the future seasons we got Plagueis here.
To be honest, after the show, which I said was about a 6, I'm gonna keep it as a 6 after pretty much everything that we've seen. Um, I don't know. I'm not that interested in this season 2 because I feel like the the conflict between May and Osha, um, I don't know. I think it has a. This is like a. If this is the last time we see them, I would be okay with it.
I don't.
Not because I hate the characters, but I feel like you kind of. I mean, they weren't the best part of the show, in my opinion. I like Saul more, and I would have liked him to continue on. That would have
No,
made me a little bit more intrigued.
it's clearly setting up Vanessa to be a major player in season 2.
Yeah, but oh, there's one good thing I wanted to say. Because I was playing Alan Wake and my boy was in this episode, Mr. Door. I was shocked. I was like, "What? He's in this show?" It's like, "God damn, fuck." But yeah, he was the counselor. So that was pretty cool. I
Well,
like
yeah,
that
yeah.
actor. But yeah, um,
It's
and yeah,
weird though.
he's a pretty prominent character in Alan Wake 2. So go play Alan Wake 2.
Yeah, most people
He has
actually
a
kind
better
of like.
role in that game than this show, though.
Well, he's actually known from Supergirl as Martian Manhunter.
Okay, I never watched that show, but
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, Alan Wake 2, he does a great job, and he's playing a significant character in Alan Wake 2, so he's gonna show up again, probably in,
it's
I'm
you
gonna
know
guess
what's weird.
Control 2, he's gonna show up in, so
It's weird. It's weird how like Vanessa kind of covered up the at the end by having Brandock. She said Soul went woke.
yeah.
Um,
The thing is, like, that's why I'm like, is he really dead? Because, in my opinion, that was the one thing I didn't like about the last episode was, I mean, yeah, he killed her, but did he really mean to kill her? I would say not what it looked like. I never
no,
really got that impression that he
but
wanted to
he
kill
said
the
he. But he
mother.
said. Then he said it was the right thing to do. I'm like, what?
Yeah, and then that's why I was so upset with this
Yeah.
episode. I'm like, what? I was like, holy shit! Like, man, the last part, I just felt like it was a little bit scrambled because it was like, okay, like the Jedi are still bad because Venestra. I mean, Degrassi's theory was pretty much confirmed in this episode, even though they didn't dive super deep into it. He's like, "Oh, you're still alive," so it's like, okay, yeah.
That's my
But her
theory.
covering it up and kind of muddying the waters, and
I wonder
obviously she's gonna be another Saul kind of character, but
is she
I
is
don't know.
she
She's not as. I mean, we'll
is
have to
she covering
see
up because she
for
doesn't want to worry
more, but
about doesn't want to Sand to worry about Sith returning. The idea that Sith are coming back is threatened.
yeah, I mean they're gonna come back, so
Yeah, but like there's only supposed to be rule two, and well, there's actually Darth Plagueis a Sith here technically.
yeah, I don't. In my opinion, they
If
put
there's
that in there. This episode felt like we need to tease how this connects to everything, and we
yeah,
gotta drop some cameos in here for the Gulp Shitio moments. Those are the stuff I don't.
I
I
mean
said this. I said if they do that, I'm gonna take off points
it
because
makes sense
I
for
hate that
Yoda to be
shit.
alive at the time because we know he's alive and he
Yeah,
knows
but
he's
it was so fucking unnecessary. It's just like here we go again. It's like
he's probably
are people gonna now like the show because they have Yoda in it? I hope people don't do shit like that because it's like,
it's probably because
uh,
she probably told you the Sith are back, and maybe
I don't know.
Yoda.
This episode, man, I was I'm keeping the same rating, 6, but this episode, especially what they did to Saul, and personally, I liked how conflicted of a character he was. And I kind of wanted to see him actually go on trial and maybe see some type of redemption or, how he's grappling with his actions. Like, we didn't really get to see a lot of that because we didn't know what was going on. The mystery was only revealed to us in the last episode. And, I wanted to see the consequence of keeping this, hidden, right? And the consequence was obviously Osha goes to the dark side, which was my prediction. That was what I said last week. I said she's gonna turn to the dark side because of this
This
revelation.
lie
Um,
that got
because
revealed.
it's a lie, and obviously, yeah, it's just gonna fuel her anger, right? Because she didn't have a choice. That's what the whole show was pointing
Mhm.
toward. And we talked about that in the Grace breakdown video. Like that was I wasn't upset by that. I was more upset by, oh yeah, they just like the interpretation that they gave with Saul. I didn't really care for that. And that's why I'm like, okay, if you're gonna do season two and it's gonna focus on May being in my opinion, I'm wouldn't season two would just be the first season in but reverse. You
Was
have May who is being trained. Sorry,
I
Osha is being
can I,
trained
can I
by
do
the
this?
stranger, and then you have Osha. I mean May, who's
Star Wars, cause
now
Star Wars,
being literally brainwashed by the Jedi.
cause Star Wars do this. Star Wars could get away with this problem where they turn to the dark side, and then all of a sudden they got back to the light side, like they did with Kylo Ren and Darth Vader. Can we just
Yeah,
have
unless
they
they
turn?
merge, right?
Yeah, can they just let them die? Like, we don't have to have them come back to the light side all the time. You know, like
Yeah, I mean, I just I don't know. It's like if there's a season two, I would have to see what else they do with it, for me to actually like give it
I
a
don't.
go.
I don't want to see.
Because if it's more of like if it's not long enough, if it's not
I don't.
exploring the characters like in complete depth, yeah, I'm gonna be that interested because
I
they
yeah. The
threw
thing
away a
is,
good character in my opinion.
so what? Like the thing is, now obviously she becomes the Padawan for this Crimea's character, Kimir's character. But what's next?
Yeah.
What's next for Osha? What's next? What's next for that duel? Actually, besides being trained,
Well, I guess the only thing is what is Darth Plagueis sitting there doing, right? If that's Darth Plagueis, whoever that guy is, maybe he's going to go up against Quimir. I don't know. I'm not that's the thing. It's like,
oh, it would be interesting. It'd be
eh,
interesting if the season two, if they do 2 or 3 seasons, Crimea and both Osha end up dying, and you see like a young Dark Sidious, but aside of Darth Plagueis. I don't know.
I don't know. I
I
mean,
don't.
we
I
shall
really.
see if this even gets a second season, and
I
if
don't
it
know
does,
how.
it's gonna be a very long
I don't
time.
know. I don't know what the Sith structure is like. I just know like apparently it's like you're only supposed to have two at a time. I don't know if that was. I mean, because they don't have
Yeah,
a.
that's what I mean. So there would be. I'm gonna assume. Let's say if they do get season two up and running, I'm gonna guess that Quimir is gonna have more of a focus. Um, they're
I,
gonna have to. He's gonna
I
be
like
he's gonna be maybe like the soul of this season.
as a villain, as a
And
bad guy.
no, not as a bad guy. I think as a main character because they
Yeah,
would
Nick
have to
Cage is a
because there's
bad.
no other we because yeah they set up um
It's gonna be Yoda.
there's obviously some backstory that he has with whatever her name is, the Green Lady,
Nestra.
and that's obviously going to be explored. And then I'm gonna also assume that because she kind of, I mean, she told the truth, but it's more like, I don't know, like, was he really? Did she? So that's why I'm saying I'm like that
So
part
she said, "You're
really
alive."
lost me. That's where
I'm.
they lost me, man.
You're
Like
alive. I'm
I can't,
curious. I'm
like last week
curious.
I was like Grace Randolph. What are you talking about? But this
Oh,
to
we're gonna
me,
do
I
her.
was just like,
We're definitely.
what? Like they threw him under the bus and then they fucking killed him. What
We're,
the
de-
hell? Like
we're definitely gonna talk about Grace Randolph if because she knows she's gonna do something on this.
she might have the correct opinion this time. I'm sorry, Grace.
We'll still do it because she gets me views. But
Yeah, this
the thing is with Vanessa, like,
they
so
did Saul. This episode did Saul very dirty, very very
you
dirty.
know what's weird? Okay,
I'm not gonna forgive them.
It's clear this episode so look at Osha not as a Jedi, as a Padawan, more as a daughter. And I think that's dangerous in the Jedi Order, getting attached.
For you're talking about Saul?
Yeah. The
Yeah, but
way
that's the interesting part of the show. Why would you get rid of that part of the show? I'm mind boggled. I'm like, what the fuck?
uh
We spent so much of the season seeing him, seeing his flaws, the
You was
mistake
about
he
to say,
did. You're
you about
like,
to say, I love
why
you.
focus on all of that if you were just gonna kill him off? That's why I'm like, did she really kill him, or did she like give him an out to leave so
I,
she's
I,
not exposed?
I
Because then I
feel
would be
like
like, okay, now I
I
want to
feel
watch another season.
I feel like he could got out that chokehold if he wanted to, because he should be more powerful in Ultra.
Yeah, but I thought he wasn't dead from the chokehold. I thought he was unconscious. And then I was like, "Oh, did she like let him go and, fake his death?" That's what I was thinking. Cuz I'm like, if that's the case, then I might be a little bit more open to season 2, cuz then it's like, okay, so
You think
he
she's? You
she
think?
let him I mean, that would be more interesting in my opinion. She let him go because, well, his story may open a can of worms where
Do
you're
you
like,
think?
"Oh, hold on a minute, hold on." Well, it's like, oh, if his story is revealed to everybody, doesn't that mean that there's going to be other people who are questioned too? How did this happen?
And that's why
Is there
she
other
lied to the
cases?
council about the soul.
Yeah. I mean, I think that would be more interesting, and that keeps his character open. Why get rid of that character? I don't get it. That's
Yeah,
why I'm hoping, I'm praying like that's not what they do, but
Vanessa, because now it opens a whole. Vanessa is not exactly like the most compelling character. I guess it's because now it's Vanessa. The Vanessa story with Crimea now. It's that. Why does it have to, like,
yeah,
I don't. It's like, you know what? It's about her using May to get to Crimea. It's like
right.
that's. It feels like Ultra's in May's story is not important going forward. It feels like it's over. It's
Well, I really think they're going to push May into being the light side,
yeah.
and like she's gonna like have some remorse about the things that she did, and um then she's gonna see her sister, and now her sister's turned to the dark side. So
And sister's gonna be you're a hypocrite, May.
yeah,
May.
I mean, the thing is, like, the whole them being like, they're obviously the protagonists of the story, but I feel like adding Saul into her soul into the mix of the show. That was why I was sticking around. I liked his character. I liked how conflicted he was. I liked that um, he wasn't like just like a straight Jedi. Because personally, I don't think the Jedi are that interesting. I don't know. I like it's cool when Luke Skywalker in the movie beats Darth Vader, but I don't care about any
You
other of
know
this
what?
shit that goes on. Like,
You know what? The Sith.
and that's maybe because of the prequels too.
The Sith, to me, the Sith were not that interesting either because we live action wise, we didn't get much stuff on the Sith. We
Yeah.
don't know much about them. We just know they're like basically the opposite version of the Jedi. And this show kind of
Yeah, it's not
explored more of the
my
Sith. Yeah,
like, I like the original Star Wars, but yeah, that aspect of Star Wars is not my cup of tea. I'm
yeah.
not
And this show
interested in
kind of,
this. And that's why I partly like the show.
definitely
Yeah,
explored a little bit more about the Sith, a little bit more.
well, they explored that, like the Jedi are flawed, and like they
This is
obviously have these issues, and they're
with the
kind of
council on and
hypocrites.
all.
And yeah, I mean, I like the ideas of the show. The ideas of the show were interesting. Um,
Yeah,
and the characters that they set up were semi interesting. I really think Soul is the one that is the most interesting. The twins, yeah, they can explore the Vergence, but I don't care about that hocus pocus bullshit. Like, I just want to see the what the characters are gonna do. And I mean, I would be interested to see what happens to Osha more than May. Like, May, to be honest, even when she was on the dark side, quote unquote, she wasn't that
quote
interesting to
unquote,
me.
yeah.
Like, we barely really got to explore her character. Um, and I also feel like her arc, I feel like she kind of is like, she's very hostile towards Saul, and then immediately it's sort of like, you know what, I want him to pay for his sins, and you're like, I feel like, where did that come from? I gotta be honest, like, she spent half of the show being like, "Oh, I need to kill these Jedi," and then now she's like, "Okay, I need the
Maybe,
forgiveness part." I don't mind that she does that, but I feel like there's a part missing where we got to see
maybe,
her.
Maybe
connect some dots.
maybe she thought if Soul confesses to the Jedi, the whole Jedi, everybody like the Chancellor looks at everybody would look at the Jedi differently. If one of their because
Yeah, but how
they're
did she
supposed to be
come to
high
that
standards.
conclusion? How does
I
she
don't
come to
know.
that
I don't
conclusion?
know, but it's just that because the Jedi are supposed to look with high standards, right? Like,
Yeah, I don't, like I said, I don't mind that she comes to that conclusion. I'm just saying, feels like we didn't get to see how she, like, she's like in this episode, yeah, she's like in the room and she's seeing, it was burnt, and like I kind of wish she, um, and this is what was saying, obviously, the show needed to be a lot longer because I would have liked to see May when she's gonna kill the Jedi, just like in that first episode. Maybe they have a conversation and then she like kills them,
mhm.
or they give her some insight and she's like, no, you're not going to distract me, right? And that would have helped. I feel like connecting the dots where you're like, oh, maybe she's not going to be the acolyte, um, because I think in the last 3 episodes it kind of happens.
Yeah.
It's just like she's like, oh yeah, I really hate Soul. I hate Soul, and even in this episode, why was okay? Another thing too. Why was the tracker? Why did he like rip out the parts of the ship? What was the point of
I
doing
don't
that?
know the thing that tracker. I don't know why he did that either.
Yeah,
But
that
wait,
thing.
wait,
That thing. When he did that, that pissed me off because I'm like, what? I'm like, are
why?
you just putting it in there just so like they like the ship falls apart and they crash? Like, I didn't like that. The tracker
Well,
was a bit annoying.
the tracker. I'm
Get
like,
rid of that thing.
aren't you on Saul's side?
Yeah, I just. And it looked annoying. It just was like, man, you're irritating me. Like, and I
It's,
usually it's like, you know, I
it's
didn't
so
like that
weird
thing.
too
Whatever that
how
thing was,
it's so weird how Osho was able to turn the lightsaber red. I thought you can't do that.
yeah.
I thought the
I don't know
green.
where that came. It was just like,
Yeah,
okay, cool.
I know in Star
It was
Wars.
like a visual moment to show that she's turned to the dark side, but yeah.
Yeah, but I know in Star Wars, isn't it crystallized?
Yeah, they're like cyber or what are you, kyber crystals? I don't know.
Yeah,
They
like what?
find them and shit and yeah.
I guess technically you don't need to do that now with. So it's confirmed. Red lightsaber is technically is bad guy lightsaber. If you have a red
Yeah.
lightsaber, you're a villain. You're a villain.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I mean, that's what I was saying. Like why else have the red lightsaber unless they're
Hmm.
a freaking Sith villain. But I don't know. I was like all the other stuff. I was like, okay, yeah, it was obvious that this was gonna happen. But the soul stuff that came out of nowhere for me. I was like, whoa. Um, I'm like, man, why did they do that? That was the first time that I was like actually upset by the show. This entire time I wasn't as upset as a lot of people. Like the show was okay. The writing had some issues, needed to be longer. I had some standard criticisms, but that part, I was like, man, fuck this show when that happened. Because I was the only person. I mean, I went on that whole long rant defending Saul when we talked about Grace Randolph. So like I actually like the character. So
Grace doesn't
I'm
like.
hoping I'm either gonna be delusional as fuck and just hope that he's not dead, and that like she gave him an out to run away, and they retcon it where it's like, oh, she wasn't burning his body. I'm hoping that's what happens, man, because I'm like, why get rid of that character? Why make him be like, oh yeah, I killed your mother and I felt bad about it? It's like, to be honest, I feel like he should have never felt bad about killing the mom because to this day, what was the mom doing? No one talks about that.
I think he said he felt better about, it, but he said it was the right thing to do. I'm like,
Yeah, I don't know why he said that. Like, why did he have to say that? That part was annoying. It felt he should have. What? In all honesty, like it should have been like
he
I
even
had to kill her
said
because in all honesty, I didn't know what to do. I had no choice.
it
That's what
was
it should have been.
you know what it all was? It was selfish because he said if they found out what you were, they would have sent you away. I felt like he killed the
Yeah.
mother. He's saying it's the right thing to do because he wanted the Padawan so badly, for selfish
Well,
reasons.
that's another thing too. The show never really now that it's ended, and we were saying this, like we were hoping that maybe they would have explored why he was a little too eager to have
Yeah,
a Padawan. Um, and like I said, if he is dead, that's not going to be explored. That's just going to be a theme that is explored. Like, why is the Jedi so obsessed with trading Padawans and or Padawans, younglings, whatever it is, right? Having someone who's younger than them, be why are they so desperate to be mentors? Um, I mean, it could be interesting to explore. I don't really see like the only connection I can really make is like a parental relationship. Like, there's people who really want to be parents, but they're not good at being parents, and that
no.
hurts the kid in the
That's
long run.
because
So
most of them were taken away at a young age by
yeah,
like most of them were taken by a young age as younglings
right,
from their
right,
parents. Like how would they understand about being a parent
right.
if you don't have good parents to show them the way to be parents in the future? If they're taken away by Jedi, because Jedi, yeah, they're trained to be wise and all this stuff, but they don't know how to be parents.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, it was an interesting show to talk about and see people lose their fucking minds. But at the end of the day, was this a show really worth watching, in my opinion? I gotta be honest, not really. I obviously like some parts of the show, but would I recommend it to people who haven't seen it? I would say no. I would say no. And whether I mean, they may have a season two plan, but like this show did cost quite a bit of money, and is Disney gonna be willing to spend more money on a season two to get lower ratings? I don't know. The show, I mean, in terms of views, that's just the Nielsen rating. Unless Disney plans to put out their own stats, I'd be curious about
I think
those.
they're going to announce season two at D23.
To be honest, I don't know. I think if they are, I'd be shocked. But I don't know. Hey, I don't think it's really worth doing a
Has
season two.
Lucas has Lucasfilm said anything about Comic Con?
No, they're not at Comic Con. They're if they're going to show anything, it would be at D23.
Usually they don't go to Comic Con. They usually do D23 most of right. They always been
Yeah.
like that. Marvel used to never do D23. They
I
always just
feel
do
like
Comic
if they're
Con.
going to announce a season two and it's not at
Yeah,
D23,
it's it's
I think
Marvel.
it's gonna be a while. And on
It's
top of
Mar-
that too, I mean, the only show that has gotten multiple seasons is Mando and Andor. And Andor, we
Ahsoka's
knew,
gonna get that one.
even though Andor, that's the thing, Andor is the lowest rated one, and they
Yeah.
are moving forward with only another season. So if I had to guess, I think maybe
Well,
something similar could
I
happen, or I think they just don't move forward with it at
because
all because they would because I don't how is
they don't need to do
I
Andor.
don't know I don't know how this is like I know there's like a section of people who are really love this show, but I really got to question it. Where I'm like, I mean, is it just because of Quymere? Like, yeah, he looks cool, he looks badass,
The crime here.
Yeah, he looks cool, but I mean, like, man, I don't know. I'm listen, like I said, I'm salty because they killed off the one character that I like, so that's
Sexy
why I'm
character.
like, eh.
All the ladies are happy that Crime's gonna be coming back. Well, they said Crimer was not really supposed to be revealed in the season. It was supposed to be revealed for the second season.
Yeah, which I mean, if they didn't do that, think about it, there would be really nothing else going on in the
Uh
show.
huh.
I mean,
Crimer,
the thing is, like, I mean, yeah, they would kind of have to reveal Quymere because then we would have never known that connection with what's her name?
Nestor.
Yeah.
Uh huh.
So there's not so it was like they needed listen, they need more time for the episodes and they really need to they really need to find a way to make the characters more
One
likable, more relatable.
one red herring at
Because
the end of
yeah,
the
everything else is
episode.
fine. It's just
One
you.
red herring at the end of the episode when they showed Osha and Kremir looking out on the sunset. I thought it was the
Yeah,
ending, and then all of a sudden they showed the Yoda saying, "Oh,
yeah.
what
And then I saw
happened?"
the Yoda scene. I was just like, I just turned that shit off. I was like, oh my god. I just listen. I'm not a fan of that shit, man. Like it's cool when it's like in the story it makes sense, but like, did they need to do that? No, in my opinion. It was just
I
like a
guess
teaser. I didn't even
I'm
think they needed the reveal of the guy behind the wall. I thought, oh,
I
let me guess, that's Darth Plagueis or some shit, because that's not gonna be, that wasn't even explored in the episode. They're just like,
he's
look at
hiding.
this.
The thing is, I think the Master was trained by Yoda. He called him Master. I think Yoda trained
Yeah.
him. That's what I think.
Oh, and oh shit, if that's the case, then people are gonna,
What
what the other
took on a girl Padawan, a female
well,
Padawan?
they're gonna say that maybe Yoda's got some shady shit going on with him too.
Oh,
I mean, the thing is, I mean,
are you
he
so,
probably does. I mean, after this show, he probably does.
he plays dumb too. Yoda knows to play dumb, but he's not. He's wise and like.
Yeah, I
So,
mean, he's probably has some. I mean, he's been around for so long. I'm sure he's done some fucked up shit, and they just like swept it under the rug.
he's like five
And
hundred years
the
old.
thing is, like, the people who, they grew up and they love Yoda, they don't want to see that shit. They'd be offended. But I don't
Wait.
know, man. Star Wars, you know, Star Wars is always this is always gonna be keep happening. The
Oh,
people
oh,
who are just like in love with Star Wars will always defend it.
I can
The
see. I
people
can see.
who
After this
are
episode, they're gonna say Osha should marry Sue because she killed so easily. Where Soul should be more powerful.
yeah, I don't know.
I
I
can
don't
see
even think they care about the characters that much. I think if they cared, they would say shit like that.
because you could actually kind of make that case because like I make that case. I'm like, how is Osha more powerful than Soul?
I don't know. I don't think that's a big deal. Like she was like just pissed off, like she was angry, like, and I kind of wish. I mean that
That was a good
man, oh
lightsaber too.
man.
That was his
Lots of
lightsaber.
potential with the show. Like we keep talking about it. I think there's just so much shit they
Sometimes
could have done.
sometimes the second seasons of shows really make the show good. So this is the first season.
Yeah, but this is the thing. If there's already like the thing is like the wasted potential with the show, I don't think you can make up for it in a season two. You know what I mean? Like if we wanted to explore Soul and Osha's relationship,
Yeah,
you kind of want to do that in the first season. And
the
if you
thing
do it
is,
in the second season, it's just going to be through
Star
flashbacks,
Wars
and that's not interesting.
Star Wars, and Marvel will not get a benefit of that from the fans saying, "Yeah, you know what? Maybe the second season would be better." It's not like a sitcom show or like a regular show where the first season was good, but the second season was really really good. It made the show watchable. Like
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
Star Wars
yeah,
and Marvel
okay,
did
you can
that.
plan out. Look at Zack Snyder. Zack Snyder planned out a series of movies, but just because you plan out a series of movies doesn't mean the first movie is going to be good. And I feel like this is an example of a show
True.
that someone should have read the scripts of the show and be like, you have a really good idea, but I think we need to give it some more time. You know, add on some more hours to this. Like flesh out some of the relationships. Flesh out the character arcs. Like let it be. May, Osha, and Soul are the protagonists, and they have their own different storylines, and really flesh them out where we actually can relate to them all. And like I said, don't get rid of Saul because I just, man, that's where they lost me. That's where they lost me. Just like when
I,
Grace Randolph was like last episode, they lost me. And I was ragging on her and shit. I'm like,
Grace,
man,
I can see Grace Randolph
I
cheering
was
Saul's
wrong.
death. I can see her cheering Saul's death. Like, yeah. What happened to do in the last episode? I'm
Yeah, she's
getting that.
probably excited, but I was, the reason why she hated the show was because she said it made Saul into
Yeah,
a bad character. In my opinion,
that episode didn't
I
help.
didn't think so.
This episode definitely helped us her case though. This episode helped her
Yeah,
case.
this episode helped in her case, definitely.
Yeah, for
It may
sure.
actually, you know what? She probably liked the episode.
Yeah, cause Saul
I'm
died.
gonna guess she liked the episode because yeah, they Osha teams up with Quimir, Yoda and Plagueis. They kill Saul. Venestra, they get the hint of, that she's like, you know, potentially abused Quimir or whatever, right? Because we've seen his back, so there's that theory.
Man, if we got the
That's my guess. She's gonna like the episode. Me,
abusive relationship with a Star Wars show. I would never imagine this. Star Wars properly abusive relationship.
yeah. I mean, meh. I don't know, man.
Oh my god! I guess if that's the case, I can see why he would turn to the dark side. If we said like
Why not make Saul turn into the dark side? Why not make him like some rogue Jedi, where he goes off and does his own thing? I'm just like,
not what?
why
How
did they?
about this?
Why?
How about this? Not turn to the dark side or Jedi. Just have him be a good guy, but he doesn't exactly 100% agree with the Jedi because Jedi are like because from learning from his experience, they like to hide things, they like
Yeah,
to sweep things under the rug. How about him just being a good guy? He just doesn't agree with some of the Jedi stuff, but not exactly goes down to the dark path. Just be like
yeah.
a different. We watch comic book movies all the time, comic book shows, comic book. We read them, right? Not all the heroes have to be part of the same team, right? Like it's the
Hmm.
same thing, right? Like do that, you know,
Right.
because the
Uh,
Jedi. I feel like the Jedi is like we say it's an institution. Probably have to agree on almost everything, believe in everything, the same principles. In your Jedi, you have to believe the same principles. And if you say one thing that breaks one of the principles, it'd be like you can't say that's a path to the dark side. Whatever.
yeah. Well, the another thing, because the whole witches like that thing is always just gonna bother me. It's just always gonna bother me thinking about the show. Like when someone mentions this, I'm like, the witches, man. They were. I don't know what that was. I would like to hear the writers of the show um explain that to me because I just don't get it. I really don't get it. Why would they do that? Why would they do it? Doesn't it feels like a case where you're like, yeah, obviously he killed her, that's fucked up. But at the same time, the whole circumstance and how what she did, I'm like,
This
I don't think he should have felt as guilty. Like he should have
this
been guilty
show
because he killed someone,
this
but
show is like
not as guilty.
this show is like a Zack Snyder movie. Good action,
Yeah.
but the writing.
Yeah, the everything is fine. I think the acting is okay.
The
The
acting, yeah.
sets and everything, the action in this episode was pretty good. The editing, like
I
that
think
one
most
moment
of the
where
series the action was good.
that match cut, you know what I'm talking about. They had a really good match cut in this episode. You're like, damn, that's
Yeah.
pretty cool. Um, like, and you're like, oh yeah, the pieces are starting to come together. You're like, now we get that. When we finally get conflict, that's another thing, right? We finally get the conflict of Osha and Soul and the reveal, and that's the end of the season. Like it's like I don't get it. It's like that's like every screenwriting course you take, it's always about conflict, 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 right? Because that's what is going to create entertainment. But all of a sudden, this show, it was dangling that mystery. What did they do? What did they do? And it almost feels like I don't know. That was almost like the marketing team being like they didn't know how to market this show.
Oh yeah.
Because it's like the mystery. I feel like the mystery, like once it was revealed, it's like why did you need to make this a mystery? It's actually interesting. Like I would like to have seen an entire season, and maybe that's what the next season will be about. But
Mhm.
the thing is, it's kind of wrapped up. Like They kind of wrapped it up nicely. It's like I really wanted to see the what like the other Jedi how they felt about it, and like we didn't get any of that. We only got like glimpses, like little sprinkles, like
Blind,
okay, the Wookiee one went off into the woods.
blinded.
We're
Can you
like,
see my avatar?
no, I can't see anything.
Okay, I'm gonna be right back because I don't. If I leave, I don't think the stream is over. So
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Well, hopefully it doesn't end. Hopefully it doesn't
Yeah.
end. Okay. But yeah, I don't know. Instead of a second season, they'll make uh a movie about this. I don't know. I could see that. I mean, they have Yoda, so but
Okay. Okay.
okay, you're back.
Yeah. So the stream didn't end. That's good. That's good.
Okay, that's good. But yeah, we got some people. I was just looking at the chat what people were saying. Ray says he doesn't like the series, but everyone was throwing I'm guessing a hissy fit because of breaking canon about the Sith. But I keep telling everyone that you have to wait until the story's over. Yeah, I mean we saw the story. The stories are over now, and you know I've been saying it the entire season. I think the show is just gonna end where it started, and that is a 6 out of 10.
Yeah. Well, I wonder if Degrassi's coming on because I know Degrassi is gonna have a different point of view than us. I guarantee
Yeah.
it. Degrassi, because I know he was just on a stream with Lucifer, but that stream ended. That
Yes,
stream.
I'm gonna be reading a lot of comments and seeing different points of views and
Let me see. If,
stuff and
I
seeing what
wonder what.
people are saying.
I wonder see if Grace tweeted anything.
Yeah, let me check.
No, she didn't. She did a Twisters review.
Yeah, I don't.
Mm-hmm. All right. Also, the tornadoes are obviously fake and were in the original. But here, Dave Seabury CGI. Oh, yeah, good review. Good review on Twisters,
Can you
Grace.
hear me?
Um,
Can you
yeah,
hear
I can
me?
hear you.
Okay.
I'm just, yeah, I heard you.
No,
I'm just
yeah, I
reading
was just
her
checking because
her
it's
ex
looks
tweet.
like it's not working. It's weird.
What?
Like you know
What?
how the avatar you would hear me talk and you can see the gray bubble.
Yeah. It's not. But on. But say something.
Yeah, here.
Okay.
Yeah, you
I
can't see.
get
It's not
what.
working for me.
It's not. It's not. Is yeah. It's not. The avatar's not going up. But I can. But we can hear you. As long as we can hear you, man.
Okay, hopefully you can hear me. But yeah,
Hmm.
uh, does this show need a movie?
No.
No, I think
No.
that would not do well. It's either season two or just end it here. And I would say after a season two, I really can't see
I
them
mean.
doing a season two. I
I
got to
mean
be
no.
honest. Like, they can have the story and all that plotted out, but it's just like I just can't see it. Like them being like Acolyte season two, it's gonna happen. If they do announce it, it's gonna be like some Ryan Johnson trilogy shit, where it's just like,
No.
you know, like we
That's
have
never
it, it's
gonna.
coming, it's never gonna happen though.
Ryan Johnson's never gonna happen, man. I gave up on. I think we gave up on that idea. Ryan Johnson's gonna make a Star Wars movie.
All these Star Wars movies, I mean, like that's why I'm in the camp of like, yeah, okay, they can announce it all they want, but as long as the movie is not, in theaters, for all I know, the movie's canceled. Like I don't know, like why are we gonna sit here and talk about a movie that doesn't exist?
It
Season two
probably.
needs to happen. I'm curious. Tell us why. They're genuinely. I'm not like just. I want to hear something different than what we just said.
I Yeah, this series is
Yeah.
showing the flaws of the Jedi Order. Yeah, cause like I'm good. I'm good because in early Star Wars, they would say like the Jedi Order, the Jedi were all like there's nothing wrong with them. There's nothing.
Yeah, I agree, RJ. It's like they can say it's happening all they want, but I'm like, I don't know. It's like, do you want to do another season to a show that's just? I mean, that could be the lowest rated
I
Star
mean,
Wars show.
I,
You know?
I'm only curious with Darth Plagueis.
I really don't even care about no Darth Plagueis and
I
any of that
do.
stuff.
I do because there's nothing about him.
I like the only reason I would want to see a season two is the backstory of Quymir. That's it.
They're definitely probably going to explore in that season two more. They're definitely going to get more of that of the story between Vanessa and Crimea in season two because they have to. I mean, like, they have to, right? Degrassi knows he's always on point. He knew if Vanessa and Crimea have a
Yeah, he
history.
did get that right.
I'm curious why she thought he was dead. Uh,
Well, because she probably thought she killed him. That is why the reason why I'm like maybe Saul isn't dead. It says I don't know if I could sit through another
people
season.
like Saul, but I think I want more interesting Jedi. I don't know. I want Jedi
The twins,
personality.
I feel like the twins are interesting. They're
Can we get?
just not explored well enough. Like the writing doesn't make them.
Can we get? Can we get Jedi? Can we get a Jedi that has a sense of humor? They never have a sense of. I never see
Yeah,
one.
they're.
Yoda's the only one. Yoda can be funny.
Yeah, but it's more like sarcasm, like irony, and
Yeah, can
you
we get?
know.
Yeah, can we get a Jedi at least that has a sense of humor, please, as a lead or something, please?
But the twins, I feel like the twins' issues is that they're just not.
You know,
It's hard to really relate to them. Like they're not like emotion. Like
you know what I thought was gonna happen?
they don't have like charisma. They're not like, like
No,
oh it's so
they act like
relatable. Like
Jedi. They don't. They act like Jedi. The
yeah,
way their faces, the way their emotions are, they act like Jedi.
they're pretty one note in my opinion. They're
You know
just
what I thought was
like
gonna happen? You know when they hugged? I thought they were gonna become one again, one person.
yeah.
You know,
We
because
still need to again that I guess that would be like the
Jedi
second
Jester.
reason of
Yes,
why you would need a season
Jedi
two.
Jester. Actually, that's. I mean, that's what I thought was gonna happen. They're gonna fuse, and it's just gonna be like, it's gonna be one of the one version act, just one actress playing the same one character. They're gonna become like one character. I thought they're gonna become like one person after they hug, and they
Yeah,
have to
because
come
I
with a
mean
new
he pretty
name.
much said that they aren't twins. They're one person split in two.
Yeah,
And that again, that could have been interesting if that was explored. Like you have all these points and threads, and I know this is just one season, and yeah, it's hard to focus on all this in one season, but there's
Jedi
still some stuff
Jester,
they could have done.
Jedi Jester. That's probably
Yeah,
Yoda at one point. He probably had to work. He probably had to become a Jedi Jester at one point. Then work his way up.
if if they have a spin-off of this show and not a season two, um,
A spinoff of
I
who?
might
Starting
check it
what?
out.
Spinoff starting who?
Quymir,
But we know his fate. He dies.
Quymir,
Yeah,
what are
we
you
know his
talking
fate.
about?
He dies. 50 years. This takes 50 years and 100 years before 50 to
No,
100
I'm
years.
saying a prequel series or a
Oh,
series just about what happens with him moving
it's
forward. We know he's gonna die, but what is his story, right?
yo, man. What? Yeah, now Vanessa takes on Soul's role. I don't know. I just don't. I just. I like. I don't have the same connection. Okay,
Yeah, I
obviously we
don't
didn't
have
want
that
to.
same connection.
I don't. Yeah, the connection. I don't have the same feeling. I'm not drawn to Vanessa as I'm drawn to Soul. As like someone who's gonna take the lead Jedi role.
Right. The show's gonna have a very uphill battle. I just feel like, um, in terms of like what is gonna be the center point of the second season, and who like who's gonna replace Soul in like you're gonna have to have a character who is kind of drawing May and Osha together because
I
I
want.
don't know. I really don't know if
I
Osha and
want.
and May can hold up their own show.
I want Crimea to be the one. Obviously, training Osha to be a Sith, but I want her to. I want him
Hmm.
to be revealed to have ulterior motives. He wants something that she doesn't want.
Yeah,
Like
something. If they were a clone carried and split into two by the Dark Force,
Yoda, I come in Degrassi.
I
I
don't
got
know.
sent you an invite if you want to talk. Cause you could tell from like I'm a little more positive blind, but you could tell from blind he's not a favorite of this episode.
No, yeah, just because they they did
So
that character so damn dirty, man.
yeah, are you upset with Soul Degrassi? Or are you okay with it? You okay with his death?
Also, by the way, that thing we were arguing about OSHA, like remember we were talking about this that third episode where it was like OSHA was grabbing the butterfly.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was a foreshadow of what was going to happen.
Oh,
That
oh
was that was
yeah,
clearly a
yeah.
foreshadow. That's why I said that was OSHA doing that. That was not May. And they intentionally let you
Maybe,
know it was OSHA, the one who was always wanting to be a Jedi, who was doing something really disturbed. And that's why I was like, okay, I feel like she was always destined to be on the dark
maybe
side
he
because it's like she's kind of like the center figure of the show.
and they were too blind to see that potential. Like, because when they did Anakin, right? They're like
Hmm.
they felt that in Anakin, right? Like there's something off with this kid that they're worried about.
Not at all. He was redeemed. Saul was redeemed. You're gonna have to explain that because I
I
don't agree with
guess he
that.
could. I guess he feels better by confessing, but he died for that.
He died. He didn't. I mean, it would have been better if like yeah, like him being redeemed in my opinion would have been,
You
you
know
know
what's a,
what? Even though I believe I'm right, I'm gonna face, you know, the justice system because yeah, these girls were ruined. But instead she chokes him out because she was so mad and you know, we understand why she's mad. I'm not holding it against her. But to kill off the character to be like, you know, this is the end of his story when no, there was clearly more to the story. If you're going to do a season 2, why not see his consequence? What was the consequence of doing what he did and realizing, no, I did mess up, you know, and I have to actually redeem myself. I either have to pull her back or I have to apologize. I have to do something, right? But to just be like, you know, I what I did, it was right. I stand by it. That was bullshit in my
but
opinion. That was them going like,
he
you
did.
know what? That's it. They're not
He
gonna
didn't
like this
say he
character.
did. The problem I have is one of his episodes. He didn't say why it was right though. He didn't give him like why is it why?
Him saying that doesn't even make sense
Yeah.
because like we said in that whole episode where he's fighting the witches, what that mother did, that's like someone jumping at you have you. Let's just put it this way, right? You have a gun, right, and someone is coming at you. What are you gonna do? They're coming at you with a weapon. You're gonna fire that gun. Okay, and for most people, even in the country that we live in, Canada, okay, because Canada has pretty
Strict.
tight,
Strict.
strict
Yeah.
self-defense laws, but when that does happen, it will go to court like normal. You'll be charged and everything, but they'll eventually, you know, you're gonna be found not guilty. So, in my opinion, what he did was in self-defense because what the hell was that? Oh, they're gonna do the Force Ghost thing. Yeah,
I'm not
anyways.
surprised. I'm not surprised.
Uh, yeah, I'm not a big fan of that.
He's gonna hunt her. Yeah, I'm not surprised. He's gonna hunt her to sleep.
Bringing back the Force Ghost is like bringing back the Force Ghost of
But they
Luke
say when your
and
Jedi die,
Rise of Skywalker.
you're technically not dead, right? When your Jedi dies, they're not dead. They're one with the Force.
They can say whatever gobbledygook, but that's
Gobbledygook.
bullshit. It's gobbledygook in my opinion, because it's like, oh, he's a ghost and he's gonna come back, but he's not. He doesn't face any consequence. He's dead. He could just like if he's a force ghost when they start talking to him like, hey, what you did was wrong and you fucked up my life. All he has to go is peace and he's fucking gone. Okay, there's no consequence for him being a ghost. Like, come on.
He'd be like,
That's the kind of like Star Wars fan stuff. There's always some bullshit explanation for shit, and you're like, no, I don't subscribe to this. I'm sorry. Like, let just why kill him off? I'm never gonna let this. I'm never gonna let that up off the show.
I don't
Never
actually.
gonna let that up. Like you had a character who was conflicted, was gray, was not a straight hero, and you just let him go. And played by a great actor. He looked badass as fuck in that last fight scene, and then
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Definitely did.
just fucking gone. Man,
I.
that's why I'm upset, man. That's why I'm upset. If
That's.
none of that, if that last part never happened, I would have been like, you know what? I would have given this show a 7 out of 10, which is only just like a point higher, but I would have been like more positive on the show. No, I don't agree with that. That's not his consequence. His consequence, that's so cheap in my opinion. Um, and no, it's not a dumb moment in my opinion. A consequence would be, well, yeah, I'm gonna face what happened with OSHA and realize that what he did was wrong, and he should be put on trial, or he should see that the reason why she's on the dark side is because of him, and he should try to rectify that and try to make a like fix that. That's what his consequence should be. The consequence should be getting her back, and that would have been interesting. I would have liked that.
Hmm.
Okay, yeah, whatever. Okay.
It's a stupid TV show. I mean, it's a TV
I
show.
mean, it's a stupid TV show, but can we at least talk about it instead of just like dismissing it? Yeah, okay. I mean, that's the whole reason why we're here is just to talk about it. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I do want to hear an alternative take. I guess I'll be looking for that, see it, but um, yeah,
It's. I want to see what. I want to see what people really think his plague is.
yeah,
Okay, yeah, people really do think it's plague is.
yeah. I mean, it makes sense, right? That's what everybody's been saying. But is there anything else?
Not really. I mean, there's. I don't know. Grace hasn't done anything. Said anything.
Yeah,
That's probably tomorrow. Like she does it the next day, right? Usually. Please don't be 30 minutes, Grace. It doesn't have to be 30. It's gonna be probably be longer than last episode. The last video was like 30 minutes, right? Around that. I bet you it's gonna be longer. It's gonna be longer. It took us two streams to do a 30-minute episode, a 30-minute video on her. Yeah, man, that's like our buddy Tony. Tony does that. Yeah. Um, I did not expect Yoda Plagueis. Um, I can't. I'm just. That's the most excitement. I don't know. What else is there? There's nothing Star Wars related, I guess. Yeah, they probably will have something at D23. They really don't do San Diego Comic Con. Um, I think it's always been like that. Uh, I blame this. Man, I guess the next Star Wars project is Skeleton Crew. I don't think it's going to be Jedi related or Force related. It's Skeleton Crew. I think that I don't think so. I don't know what other series that we're getting from Disney Plus from Star Wars related. I'm not talking about like series getting as confirmed for season two. I mean like a new series. I don't know what's getting as I don't know which one series is coming up after like Skeleton Crew. I'm not sure. But, like Mando hasn't been confirmed for season four. I think it's because maybe the range for the movie, or maybe the movie would be a conclusion to the Mando series.
I thought it was gonna be a conclusion.
Yeah,
I mean, I'll watch that. I mean, I'll watch Andor 2.
and
I'll see a trailer for Skeleton Crew, but I mean, I tend to skip some of these Star Wars stuff, so yeah.
and and I want to see if Campia talks about it tomorrow.
I don't think he will, because he said he stopped watching the show.
Yeah, but he's gonna know about. He's probably gonna watch it now because knowing who been spoiled in it. I mean, the Yoda Plagueis. He'll probably watch it because of that. You have
Man,
an
if that's
interest.
enough to get you to into the show, man,
Oh,
that's
we know Camp, yeah, because he's gonna be like, yeah, what are you gonna? Because he's gonna get curses for people setting up season 2. He's gonna be, oh no, I have to watch this because this reveals. We
yeah.
Here's the thing. Here's about Campia. He says he's a movie pundit, a TV pundit. I know he didn't like the show, but if you say you do that, you kind of have to watch the show if it's your job.
I mean, but there's other news that you could talk about. I
Yeah,
feel like if you don't want to talk about something, I mean, it's your platform. You could do whatever you want with it,
technically it's
right?
true. It is true, but
That's the part that is like, yeah. I mean,
to us who really,
if people want to rant about the show, let them rant about the show. You don't have to fucking watch what they're ranting about. But
oh yeah.
okay.
All right, so I guess we'll end this stream now. So when Grace has this video coming up, most likely tomorrow, we'll definitely take a look at it. I'm gonna go watching it fresh. Uh,
Hmm.
I'll do it fresh because I like to do stuff fresh instead of watching stuff ahead of time. So you get a genuine reaction. Um, yeah, we'll definitely do it tomorrow with Grace. If it's long, maybe a two-parter like last week. And then, and for another reaction to the shows like this, we actually might do an actual spoiler review after each episode on the Penguin. Because I did not do this for this show, but I did for certain stuff, so certain episodes for this show. But for the
Right.
Penguin, most likely do it for every episode, after every episode, and
Okay.
and because that shows like there's a general interest in this. We're comic book fans, and we'll definitely have more to say because we have definitely more to say about as us as comic book fans, as Batman fans. We definitely have more knowledge.
Hmm.
Uh, but yeah, it's Agatha's a maybe. Agatha's a maybe, guys. It might be hard to do two
Hmm.
at the same time, like about the same time. It's hard. I know people do it, but I don't know. It might be hard.
Yeah.
Agatha, it has to depend on my interest of the episode. Agatha, Penguin, is a most interest doesn't matter. I'll do the Penguin no matter what as a Batman fan.
Right.
Um,
No, that's fair.
yeah, so remember to like, share, subscribe, and comment below. Question before I finish the stream: is there gonna be season 2?